Let's see if we can do this at not coffee mile per hour. What's going on, y'all? Alex here with Galaxy Gaming, and today I'm hoping to cover some gaming news specifically. So we're going to go over current events, things that have just dropped, as well as some upcoming releases. So let's just get right into it. Yesterday, NVIDIA released their 2020 GTC Keynote event, which now, thanks to current events, is taking place in Jensen Huang's kitchen and was released as a 9-part series covering a range of topics from how they are speeding up machine learning, their AI-based software innovations, as well as just a little sliver of gaming news, which entailed basically just a real-time rendered marble game, as well as just kind of a recap on Minecraft RTX, as well as DLSS 2.0, the AI-driven upscaling system. And if you're interested in that, I would say just go right to Digital Foundry's video on the topic, which I'll definitely have linked, as it's impeccable coverage as always, and shows how they take a 540p render and upscale it to 1080. And honestly, the results are ridiculous. And I'm kind of surprised that DLSS 2.0, which is way too hard to say, isn't a bigger topic than it is. But again, if you're interested, check out their video because they're going to cover it way better than I ever could. Regardless, in other news, Unreal Engine 5 was recently announced as well, showing off dynamic rendering, which allows for uncompressed, full photogrammetry scans, as well as full resolution sculpts to be rendered with supposedly no worry of polygon budgeting, and showing off what they claim to be up to billions of triangles in any given frame. This was presented in a rather impressive tech demo running real-time on PS5 hardware, though I do think it should be noted that even just a preview build of Unreal 5 will not be available until early next year. More impressive to me, though, was the overall restructuring of their royalties system, which now waives the entirety of royalties for the first $1 million in game revenue, which seems to me like a potentially huge win for the realm of indie gaming. Over in the land of AMD, they actually just released their experimental game store Robot Cache from closed testing into public beta. And the game store offers players the chance to buy PC games, resell them for a portion of the price, and even mine blockchain currency to earn free ones in the future. But one of the more interesting facets is how AMD is actually leveraging that blockchain technology to kind of cut costs and infrastructure to then offer the developers up to 95% of the revenue, which beats out even Epic Game Store's 88%. And they're currently running a sale offering up to like 90% off of some of their like Robot Cache specifically hosted games. So I would say at least jump over and see if there's anything that you've been looking for that might just be on sale. Jumping over to PlayStation, however, PlayStation's State of Play dropped yesterday and focused exclusively on Ghost of Tsushima, the Sucker Punch IP taking place in Japan in the year 1274. It went over several facets of the game, showing different play styles as well as different game systems that they've built, from outfit changes and how they'll affect your gameplay and what abilities you have, down to like how you interact with the world. But it also covered some pretty interesting things, including having a full Japanese voice track, as well as a very Seven Samurai-esque black and white cinema modes. Terraria Journey's End, the final update, will be releasing on the 16th, which is 9 years after its release, which is kind of incredible to see. So definitely check that out, and I might finally be jumping in to see what all the fuss is about now that I'm sure it's way more than my brain can handle. The Epic Game Store just announced yesterday that their free game of the week was actually GTA 5, which apparently was enough of a fuss to cause the site to crash. Further down the horizons, Nintendo actually announced that a new Paper Mario dubbed the Origami King will be releasing on July 17th. Other than the obvious making it clear that there's going to be a more origami-themed aspect to it, there also seems to be some footage released of a new ring-based battle system, so definitely check that out because I know some people were left feeling a little disappointed with the card-based system of the last few games, so I'll be pretty excited to see that. A Mafia Trilogy remake has been announced with a rebuilt version of the first game planned for August 28th. And definitely makes you wonder if the third version will be rebuilt in any way at all, or if it'll just be kind of repackaged. The only thing keeping me from playing it was the copious amounts of bugs that were reported, so honestly, if they remade it and just wiped out the bugs, that'd be enough for me to give it a try. Speaking of remakes, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 are actually dropping on September 4th, but I took a look. It looks like they have the same music, same levels. Obviously, it's in incredibly higher detail and better graphics, but it's not Skate, so I don't know if I care. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have so many incredible memories of playing every Tony Hawk game, but there just came a certain point when you get to like 3 or 4 where you can't imagine going back to the first and second one. And it seems to me also like a missed opportunity to reintroduce, I should say just introduce, new music from artists in the same vein that, I don't want to speak for everybody, but for me, one of my favorite parts of the game was how it introduced me to a load of new music that went on to be just laser engraved into my brain. So it seems like, and I'm not trying to assume, maybe they did, but they showed off a quick little snippet of, you know, classic hits, and it just seems like that's awesome. That's great. I'm sure it cost you a penny to like relicense those, but it does seem like a missed opportunity to add, if they didn't do it, new music for people to check out. So I'm not trying to super bash. I'm just probably more than anything bitter that there's not a remake of Skate. And let me just pray. Honestly, that's it. I'm trying to keep these short and sweet. I'm trying to get you gaming news in a hurry. If there's anything that I missed that you're really excited about, definitely let me know in the comments below. Definitely expect to see these at least once a week, and if things really pick up, probably twice. I'll also be doing some deeper dives, so be on the lookout for reviews and such. But regardless, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.